Hey, welcome to Draw Tip Tuesday. My name is Koosje Koene and I am in the park. Check it out, it's so beautiful and green, and I am taking you today to draw in the park. Especially this view, which really, I don't know, inspires me and challenges me because of all the dark of the water. Let's dive in. So this is the spot and this is the reflecting water. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to draw the reflections because I'm just really pulled in by the bright green in that dark water. So I might simplify it. Let's not think too much about it. Let's just get started. First of all, the shapes of these water lily petals, they are kind of heart-shaped, which I love. And I am just going to look at the shapes and how these petals float on the water, look a little bit at negative space between them. I'm speeding parts of this video up because you get the idea. Basically, the dark water is the negative space, so I'll also start filling that. But my brush pen can't really keep up with the ink flow because of the textured paper. So in the meantime, I draw the greens at the left-hand side, not being too accurate. And then I do see some overlap there, so I add some smaller petals and I start adding more black of the water. And here I basically also decide, okay, I don't need any reflections or nuances. I just want that water to be really dark so that the petals stand out, which is basically also what caught my eye when I passed by the water. And the very dark gives a lot of contrast. I'm also adding a little bit of texture to some of the petals. The longer I look, the more I see. So I will probably keep adding a little bit more of texture. I do see a corner of green on that right hand side, which I like for balance. So I'm adding that as well. And also darker bits between those greens on the left hand side. In reality, there's a lot of reflection of the green on the right hand side, but I just decide to make it all dark because of that contrast. And contrast is important in your artwork because it creates visual interest. It also draws the viewer's eye, just like these petals drew my eyes in nature, in reality. And by using contrasting elements like light and dark, you can make certain parts of your work stand out. And that will add depth and interest and life. Contrast also helps to define shapes and to guide the viewer's eye through your drawing. And with that, you're making your drawing more dynamic and more engaging. It's a really great tool to emphasize the most important parts of your drawing and make it visually interesting. I was wondering if I wanted to add color, but the bright green of those petals is so beautiful that is what I want to add, just a little bit of green. So I am using some Daniel Smith green gold straight from the palette, which is bright and kind of artificial looking, but I will layer it with a little bit of a more toned down green, and that way it will become a bit more natural. But I do want the color to pop. I'm leaving out a lot of white of the paper and I'm not filling that in. That just brings more life. It looks a little bit like it's reflections, a little bit playful. I'm adding another layer of green. I'm adding sap green, and just to give that a little bit more of a natural tone, I'm adding just a teeny tiny little bit of the opposite color, which is red, and that makes the green a little bit, it holds it back just a little bit. It makes it a little bit more natural looking. And I think I'm done. Just a little bit of watery green here. Cleaning my brush. And I'm not touching this anymore. Well, that was almost therapeutic. The way I was looking at that still water and just being in nature. Every now and then someone passed by. I heard the birds. I heard a plane. I was just very much in the moment, and also taking the decisions on pretty minimal tools. It was all just a really, really great experience. Basically, I feel calm. It was really like a meditation, and this is what I want for you. I want you to feel happy because you draw. Happy when you're drawing, even when there's challenges and you might be struggling a little bit to find, your way through a drawing. Just keep going and enjoy that brush on the page, the ink on the page, the color that you mix. You got this. So if you need an assignment for this week, I say go for a little walk. Maybe you can find a little piece of nature near where you live, or even find a quiet spot in your home to plop down with your sketchbook and take half an hour and just be. Look at the stuff that you see in front of you, decide on a minimal toolkit, and just go for it. I hope you have fun. And of course, I will be here next week with another tip. But if you want more inspiration, don't forget that I wrote a book and you can still get that. I will put the link to where you can get it below this video. And if you would like to be part of my community, then come on over to Patreon. You can sign up for a free trial. Just check it out. And well, I hope to see you there. Otherwise, I will see you next week. Bye!